Hi, I'm Rebel Brown, founder of Breakout Women. And I'm here to ask you, do you really think you understand your mind? I did. I thought I knew all about how my mind functioned because I'd done all this work in psychology, etc. And then I learned the truth. The truth is that most of what we've been taught is, well, it's less than accurate because it's based on turn of the century psychology, etc. And now modern mind science is discovering the truth about what really happens up here. For example, do you know that your unconscious mind is actually the master of your reality? Not your conscious mind, your unconscious mind. It actually performs 95% of the decisions and behaviors that you have in your life, while your conscious mind is only responsible for 5%. How's that for a little shift in the way we think? Now, your unconscious mind has mindware programs that actually filter and select. Out of all of the data in your environment, they filter and select a very unique and specific reality based on the programs you have from your childhood, from your experiences, etc. Now, that means that no two humans are the same in their programming. And boy, does that explain a lot. That's why you can sit in a meeting with somebody else and you come out and they heard something different than you heard. That's why, here's what I'm going to ask you to experiment with around that one. Pay attention during March Madness. I know we're coming into basketball season and I'm from Indiana, which makes me Hoosier hysteria. But pay attention during basketball season and notice the difference in the way people respond to the referees' calls, to the games, to the plays, etc., based on which team they are supporting. The people from one team will think that a foul call is great because it was on the other team, whereas the other team will think that foul call was the worst thing the referee had ever done because they're for that team. That's an example of the difference in our programming. And that all comes from our unconscious mind. That's one of the things we're going to dig into in Breakout Women, is how to get into your unconscious mind and change the programming. Now, another way that our unconscious mind's involved that's different from what we've been taught is resistance to change. We've all been in meetings with people with their arms crossed saying, I'm not going to do that no matter what, right? That is actually a chemical response that's a byproduct of our fight or flight instinct. You see, our unconscious mind sets an expectation for what should be, the way we've always done it. And we lock into that because it's safe. And your unconscious mind is a lot about keeping you safe. Well, then if there's a change in that environment, what we have seen is safe. Let's say we were going to do things with process A, and now we're going to move to process B, which is very different. What happens is your unconscious mind sees that difference as a minor threat, and it releases the same chemical cocktail that's released when you have a fight or flight experience. That chemical cocktail drives you back to the way you've always done it, that's safe and no. In science, it's known as the status quo bias. What it does is make we humans resist change. You want to experience it for yourself? Right now, take your hands, and remember when we used to play church and steeple? Just cross your hands like this. And now I want you to notice which thumb's on top, right? In my case, it's my left thumb. It doesn't matter which one it is. But what I want you to do is now recross your hands with the opposite thumb on top. That's right. Put the right one on top if it was the left one on top it was the right. Now I want you to notice, go back to the way you had it first, and now go back to the new way. Ooh, feels weird, doesn't it? That's because it's a change. And your unconscious mind is telling you, no, go back to the status quo. Here's the question. If your unconscious mind has that kind of power to drive you over just which way you cross your hands and fold your hands, what does it do with the rest of your life? You'll find out. Join me for Breakout Women.